I shot my husband point blank in the chest the night he came crawling back. But it wasn't the bullet that killed him. It was the truth spilling from our daughter's lips like venom from a forgotten wound. 10 years of silence. Of me raising her alone in the ashes of our so-called American dream. And there he was on the doorstep, reeking of cheap bourbon and regret, begging for forgiveness I never promised to give. "Daddy's home," he slurred, but Lily's whisper cut deeper than any round from my Glock. "You left us for her. But Mom took the fall for your dirty little secret, the one that could have put you away for life." The rain hammered the roof of our split level in Elmwood Heights like it was trying to wash away the decade of lies I'd buried deeper than his goddamn bones. I'd built walls around that night 15 years ago. The one where I confessed to the cops that I'd been the one driving the car in that hidden run on the interstate. My hands shaking on the wheel after he'd passed out drunk in the passenger seat. Freya Harlan, the loyal wife. The patsy who ate the charge to keep her high school sweetheart husband's promising career in real estate intact. 2 years in county lockup. A felony record that killed my nursing dreams. All while he skipped town with that bleach-blonde viper from his office. But now, with Lily turning 18 and the statute of limitations flickering out like a dying bulb, the past wasn't just knocking, it was kicking the door down with steel-toed boots. I didn't pull the trigger right away. No, that came later. After the bourbon wore off and the accusations flew like shrapnel in our cramped kitchen. The one I'd remodeled on a shoestring budget from night shifts at the diner. He stumbled in. Marcus Harlan. Looking every bit the ghost of the man who'd once whispered promises under the stars at a 4th of July picnic in the Smoky Mountains. His hair was thinner, streaked with gray that made him look like a knockoff George Clooney. And his eyes, those hazel eyes that used to melt me, were bloodshot, pleading. "Freya. Baby. It's me. I messed up. Tara's gone. Took everything. But I see it now. Our family. Lily. Let me make it right." Lily hovered in the hallway. Her phone clutched like a shield, thumbs frozen mid-text to whatever boy she'd been sneaking out to see. She was the spitting image of him at that age, tall, athletic, with a jawline that could cut glass, but her fire was all mine, forged in the forge of abandonment. "Make it right," she spat, her voice cracking like thunder over Lake Michigan. "You vanished, Dad." Mom cried for months, then stopped crying and started fighting. For me. For us. And you? You were shacked up in some condo in Scottsdale, posting pics of your new life like we were yesterday's news. Marcus winced, collapsing into the armchair I'd bought at a garage sale in Wrigleyville. I was lost.
"Kiddo. Tara."
She got in my head. Said you two were better off without my screw-ups. But I woke up.
"I swear."
Sold the business. Came back. "Freya. Remember the cabin? Up in Door County. We can go there. Start over. Like old times. Old times." The words hung in the air like smoke from a back alley bonfire. I leaned against the counter, my fingers itching for the drawer where I kept the pepper spray, and yeah, the Glock I'd bought after the third creepy customer at the diner cornered me in the parking lot. Self-defense. They call it in Illinois. But in my line of work, it's survival. "Old times," I echoed, my voice flat as the Midwest plains. Like when you came home reeking of her perfume. Or when you worked late every Tuesday. Or maybe that night on I-94, when your foot slipped off the brake and plowed into that family van. But I said it was me because you begged. Marcus. "Think of Lily," you said. "Our future." And I did. I rotted in that cell while you ran. His face drained of color. The kind of pallor you see on guys caught jaywalking in a blizzard.
You.
You never told her. He glanced at Lily, who was piecing it together like a puzzle she'd always known was missing edges. Told me what? Lily's eyes narrowed, stepping forward, her sneakers squeaking on the linoleum. Mom? What van? What cell? I should have lied. Kept the lid on that Pandora's box a little longer. But 10 years of solo parenting, of PTA meetings where I'd smile through the whispers. Freya's the one who did time. You know. And holidays alone with takeout Chinese. It all boiled up like bad coffee. Your father caused a crash. Honey. Killed a man. The husband in that van. I took the rap so he could keep his license, his job, his freedom. Pleaded manslaughter. Served my time. He left anyway. The silence was deafening, broken only by the tick of the clock I'd inherited from my grandma in Gary, Indiana, a reminder of steel mill grit and family loyalty that Marcus had pissed away. Lily's face twisted, not in tears this time, but rage.
Pure.
Unfiltered. The kind that simmers in dive bars after Steelers games. You killed someone? And Mom covered for you? You piece of shit. Marcus reached for her, but she jerked back like he'd swung. Lily.
Please.
It was an accident. Fog on the road. I was tired from closing that deal in Milwaukee. Freya understood. Understood. I laughed. A bitter bark that echoed off the Formica cabinets. I understood enough to lie to the judge, to my parents, to God. While you played house with Tara, that home-wrecking snake who clawed her way up your ladder. She knew, Marcus, about the crash. Blackmailed you into leaving, didn't she? Run with me, or I sing to the DA. He didn't deny it. Just hung his head, shoulders slumping like the S-curve on Lakeshore Drive after a pileup. Lily stormed out, slamming her bedroom door so hard the windows rattled. I stood there, staring at the man who'd been my everything, now reduced to a puddle of excuses. Get out, I said, low and steady, the way I'd learned to de-escalate drunks at the diner. Before I make you. But he didn't. Not that night. He crashed on the couch, snoring through the guilt, while I lay awake in the master bedroom, our old master, with the queen bed that still smelled faintly of his aftershave mixed with my lavender detergent. Sleep evaded me, chased away by memories, our wedding in a little chapel in South Bend, Notre Dame in the background like a promise of forever, the birth of Lily in that understaffed hospital in Evanston, his hand in mine as she wailed her first cry, and then the unraveling, the late nights, the lipstick stains, the crash that sealed our fate. By morning, the coffee was brewing, black and strong like the resolve hardening in my gut. Lily emerged first, backpack slung over one shoulder, eyes puffy but determined. I'm going to school.
Then.
I don't know. Maybe the cops. He deserves it.
Mom.
For everything. My heart seized. Lily.
Wait.
It's not that simple. Statute's almost up. For him. Maybe. Not for you. She hugged me fierce. The kind of embrace that bridged the gap between girl and woman. You protected him once. I won't let you do it again. She left, the door clicking shut like a chambered round. Marcus stirred then, shuffling into the kitchen in his boxers and a wrinkled polo, the uniform of a man who'd fallen from grace. Morning.
Fry.
Smells good. He poured a mug, not asking, like he still owned the place. Last night wasn't a dream, I said, sliding eggs onto a plate I didn't offer him. You need to leave. Today. He sipped, winced at the heat.
Can't.
Not without you two. I came back for a reason.
Tara.
She didn't just take the money. She had a kid. With me. But he's not mine. Not really some fling before we met. She used it to trap me. Said I'd lose everything if I left. But I did. For this. For us. A kid. The word landed like a sucker punch. Another secret. Another layer of his bullshit pyramid scheme of a life. So what? You think dropping that bomb buys you a ticket back in? Lily hates you now. Hell. I hate you. Always have. Deep down. His eyes softened. Manipulative as a televangelist on late-night TV. Hate me?
Fine.
But love me enough to hear me out. I know about the life insurance policy you cashed early. I froze. Fork midway to my mouth. That policy. The one I'd forged his signature on after he ghosted, using it to pay for Lily's braces and my parole officer's fees. Illegal as hell. But desperate times in the Rust Belt call for desperate measures. And I won't say a word.
See?
I'm on your side now.
We can fix this.
Together. Fix this. The phrase mocked me, echoing the therapy sessions I'd forced after prison, where the shrink droned about closure like it was a magic word. But closure wasn't what I wanted. Revenge was. Slow. Simmering. The kind that leaves scars deeper than bars ever could. That afternoon, while Marcus napped off his hangover, I slipped out to the backyard. The one with the chain-link fence overlooking the alley where kids played pickup basketball after school. My phone buzzed, Lily. Texting from study hall. Found old emails on your laptop. Tara's address in AZ. What are we doing?
We.
The word warmed me like contraband cigarettes in the yard. I typed back. Nothing yet. Stay safe. Love you. But nothing was a lie. I was already plotting. The gears turning like the L train rumbling past our block.
Tara.
The mistress who'd stolen my life.
Piece by piece.
If Marcus thought he could waltz back and play White Knight, he had no idea the dragon he'd awakened. By evening, the house felt like a pressure cooker, the air thick with unspoken threats. Dinner was tense, spaghetti from a box. The cheap kind from Aldi, because that's what single moms in the suburbs stretch. Marcus tried charm, regaling Lily with tales of his adventures in the desert, like she gave a damn about saguaros and craft breweries. She picked at her food, eyes darting to me for cues. Tell her the truth. Mark, I said finally, twirling noodles like a noose. About the boy. About why you really left. He choked on his garlic bread. Freya. Not now.
Now.
Lily's voice was steel.
He sighed.
Theatrical as a soap opera on WGN. Okay.
Tara.
She got pregnant. Before us. But she pinned it on me. Said if I didn't leave, she'd tell the world about the crash. Ruin us all. I thought it was noble.
Protecting you.
But it was cowardice. Pure and simple. Lily shoved her plate away. Noble? You abandoned us for a lie. And Mom paid for it literally. That policy? She forged it to survive your mess. His head snapped up. Forged?
Fry.
That's felony on top of felony. I finished.
meeting his gaze head-on.
What's one more in this family album of fuck-ups? The argument escalated fast. Voices rising like the summer storms off Lake Michigan. Marcus accused me of poisoning Lily against him. I hurled back that he'd done that himself with every missed birthday card. Lily screamed that she wanted nothing to do with either of us, storming upstairs again. In the aftermath, Marcus and I faced off in the living room, the TV droning infomercials for miracle slicers in the background. "You've turned her against me," he hissed. Close enough I could smell the marinara on his breath.
No.
Marcus. You did that when you drove away from the wreck and never looked back. My hand brushed the drawer. The Glock's outline a cold comfort. But hey, you're here now. Want to see what real payback looks like? He laughed, nervous, backing toward the door. You're bluffing. You're not that woman. I pulled it out then, the matte black reassuring in my palm, the way it had been that night in the parking lot when the creep lunged. Try me. He froze, hands up like a perp in a squad car stop. Freya. Put it down. Think of Lily. The cops. Your record. My record's already trash. Thanks to you. The words tasted like ash. But the power? Sweet as moonshine at a Kentucky Derby. 10 years. Marcus. 10 years of what-ifs. What if I'd let you rot? What if I'd told the truth from day one? Sirens wailed distant. Probably just an ambulance from the ER down the block. But it amped the tension like a Tarantino flick. He edged closer. Not away, classic Marcus. Always thinking he could talk his way out of a hurricane. I love you.
Fry.
Always have. Tara was a mistake. The kid. I'll get a test.
Prove it's not mine.
Then we. Love. I cocked the hammer. The click echoing like a judge's gavel. Love doesn't leave a 9-year-old sobbing on Christmas morning because daddy's on a business trip. Love doesn't let your wife do bird for your sins. Lily's door creaked open upstairs, her shadow falling down the stairs like Judgment Day. Mom? What's, oh God. Time stretched,
Taut as a bowstring.
Marcus turned to her, voice breaking. Lily. Baby. Don't. You don't get to call me baby, she whispered, descending slowly, phone in hand.
Dialing.
Not after this. The 911 operator's voice tinny through the speaker. 911. What's your emergency? I lowered the gun. Not for mercy, but calculation. Shooting him now? Sloppy.
No.
The revenge had to be surgical. A scalpel to his soul. Hang up. Lil, I said softly. He's not worth the bullet. Yet. She did, trembling, but her eyes burned with the same fire I'd seen in my own mirror after lights out in the cell block. Marcus slumped against the wall, sliding down like melting wax. What do you want?
Money?
The house? Name it. I want you to feel it, I said, holstering the Glock in my waistband. The weight a reminder of agency long denied. Every lie, every stolen year. Starting with Tara. His eyes widened. You wouldn't. Wouldn't what? Track her down? Expose her con? Or maybe tell that son of yours the truth about his daddy's skeletons? I smiled, cold as a Chicago winter. Pack your shit, Marcus. You're sleeping in the car tonight. Tomorrow, we talk terms. As he shuffled out into the drizzling night, Lily collapsed into my arms, sobs racking her frame. Why'd you cover for him, Mom? All those years. Because I thought love was sacrifice, I murmured, stroking her hair. The scent of her strawberry shampoo a lifeline. Turns out, it's a weapon. That night, as thunder rolled and lightning cracked the sky over Elmwood Heights, I sat at the kitchen table with my laptop, the screen's glow casting shadows like specters. Tara's address popped up easy. Social media's a bitch for the unvigilant. Scottsdale, Arizona, a sun-baked McMansion in a gated community. Pics of pool parties and blended family bullshit. The boy, Ethan, 12 now, looked nothing like Marcus. All Tara's sharp features and dyed blonde ambition. I didn't sleep. Instead, I drafted the email. Anonymous from a burner account. Ask your mom about the real father of your brother. Or better yet, ask Marcus Harlan about the man he killed on I-94. The one his wife confessed to. Secrets have a way of surfacing. Like Daddy's return.
Send?
My finger hovered, heart pounding like a jackhammer on State Street. This was the line, cross it, and there was no one crossing. But betrayal's a two-way street, and I'd been driving in circles long enough. Dawn broke gray and unforgiving, the kind of light that exposes every crack in the facade. Marcus knocked sheepishly from the porch, a coffee in hand from the gas station down the block. Truce, he offered, sliding a styrofoam cup my way. I took it, scalding my tongue on purpose. No truce. Terms. You wire me 50 grand, your cut from the Scottsdale sale. Then you confess. To the DA. About the crash. About Tara's blackmail. Clear my name. His jaw dropped. Coffee sloshing. 50?
Fry.
That's the cost of 10 years. Non-negotiable. Lily watched from the stairs, nodding approval. United front, mother and daughter against the ghost. He paced, muttering about lawyers and appeals, but I saw the shift, the calculation in his eyes. The same one that landed us here. And if I do, we family again. I laughed. Family? We're survivors. Marcus. You do this. Maybe Lily talks to you. Maybe. He agreed, reluctantly, wiring the money by noon from his phone at the kitchen table. Lily monitored, her presence a silent enforcer. Good, I said, checking the bank app. Funds cleared. A balm on old wounds.
Now.
The confession. Today. Panic flickered. The DA's office? They'll dig.
Fry.
Your forgery. Won't matter if you're the big fish. Perjury. Manslaughter cover-up. You'll do real time. Not my slap-on-the-wrist county stint. He bolted then, wild-eyed, grabbing keys from the hook. You're crazy. This is extortion. Call a justice. I shot back, blocking the door. Lily flanked me, a tag team of Harlan women done taking shit. The struggle was brief, his shove, my elbow to his gut, Lily's knee to his thigh. He crumpled, wheezing, as I zip-tied his wrists with the ones from the garage, leftovers from bundling Christmas lights. Sit, I commanded, shoving him into the chair. Or I hit send on that email to Tara. And the boys' school. And the local news. Defeated. He nodded, tears streaming. Lily read him his rights from a Google search, her voice steady as a cop show narrator. I recorded it all on my phone, his halting admission, the details spilling like confetti at a pity party, the fog, the swerve, the panic, Tara's ultimatum with the pregnancy test as prop. Upload it, Lily asked, hovering over the icon. Not yet. I pocketed the phone. DA first. Clean. We drove him downtown in silence. The old Subaru rattling like my nerves on the Dan Ryan at rush hour. The DA's office loomed. A glass monolith of bureaucracy in the loop, where justice is served with a side of red tape. Marcus shuffled in, head down, while Lily and I waited in the lobby, sipping vending machine soda that tasted like regret. Hours ticked by. Then the call. Mrs. Harlan, he's talking. All of it. Your confession. We'll review for expungement. But the forgery. Handle it. I cut in. He's the root. Back home. The house felt lighter, like exhaling after holding breath for a decade. Lily cooked actual food, burgers on the grill in the backyard, charcoal smoke mingling with the scent of impending rain. What now, Mom?
School's out soon.
College apps.
Now?
We live. But living meant more therapy, maybe a road trip to the Badlands, reclaiming the horizons he'd stolen. That night, as Lily slept, I hit send on the email. Not to destroy, but to free. Tara deserved her mirror, the reflection of her schemes. The reply came at 2 a.m. Who is this? What do you want? Justice. I typed. Like you gave me none.
Her call followed.
Voice shrill through the line. Freya? That you? You bitter bitch? Marcus told me he'd handle you. Handle? Like you handled him? I laughed. The sound foreign. Empowered. Your boy's not his. But the crash? That's all Marcus. And now, the world's gonna know. She ranted. Threats of lawsuits and private eyes. But it rang hollow. A bluff from a woman whose empire was sandcastles in a monsoon. Come get me. Then, she taunted. Scottsdale's waiting. Tempting. The Glock whispered from the nightstand. But revenge isn't a solo flight. It's a storm you weather together. Days blurred into a tense limbo. Marcus was arraigned. Bail denied, flight risk. The judge said, eyeing his Arizona ties. Lily visited him once, in the stark visiting room of Cook County, emerging with red eyes but a straighter spine. He cried.
Mom. Said he's sorry.
For real.
Sorry.
The words cheap as dollar store candy. But for her, I nodded. Forgiveness is yours to give.
Kiddo.
Not mine. Meanwhile, Tara escalated. Emails turned to voicemails. Voicemails to a PI knocking on my door, a burly guy in a windbreaker, flashing a badge that wasn't official. MS. Harlan, Mrs. Voss sends regards. Wants a sit-down. Voss. I smirked. The name change a fresh coat on old rot. Tell her to come herself. Or send the kid. Ethan might like Chicago pizza. He left empty-handed. But the threat lingered. A shadow on the block parties and block watches of Elmwood Heights. The climax hit on a muggy Friday. The air sticky as molasses. Humidity cranking the tension to 11. Lily's graduation loomed. Cap and gown in her closet like a beacon. I was at the diner, slinging hash to the lunch rush, truckers from O'Hare, suits from the merchandise mart, when my phone buzzed. Unknown, outside.
Now.
Tara. Platinum hair piled high. Designer sunglasses perched like armor. Leaning against a cherry-red Escalade that screamed midlife crisis. She looked good. Tanned and toned from yoga retreats. But the lines around her mouth betrayed the Botox battles. Freya, she purred, Southern drawl intact from her Atlanta roots. We need to talk. About. I wiped grease from my apron, stepping into the lot, the gravel crunching under my Crocs. Marcus. That confession? It's bullshit. He was covering for you, always did. The crash? Your foot on the pedal. His word against yours.
Lies.
Slick as oil on water. But she leaned in, voice dropping. Drop the charges, or I go public. Your forgery. The gun you waved. Oh.
I know about that.
PI footage. Lily's jivvy record for shoplifting last year? I can bury her dreams. My blood iced. Shoplifting? Lily's one slip. A candy bar after a bad breakup. Expunged and forgotten.
How?
You bitch, I whispered, hand twitching toward my purse, the Glock's permit fresh in my wallet. She smiled.
Shark-like.
Join me, or lose. Marcus is done.
But you?
You could start over. With me. Women like us strong. Survivors. Ditch the dead weight. The offer hung. Controversial as a third rail. Ally with the enemy. Flip the script on the man who'd betrayed us both. For Lily's future?
Tempting.
But revenge isn't alliance. It's annihilation. No, I said, pulling the phone. But thanks for the visit. I hit record. Her words captured. A noose of her own making. She lunged, nails raking my arm, catfight ugly. No glamour. We tumbled, her extension snagging in my ponytail, until a horn blared. Lily, screeching up in the Subaru, eyes wide. Get off her. Lily yanked Tara back, shoving her against the Escalade. Sirens wailed. Someone inside called it in. Tara scrambled up, dusting her skirt, venom in her glare. This isn't over. Freya. You'll regret. Already do, I gasped, clutching my arm. Shallow scratches, beating blood. Every day I wasted on him.
But you?
You're next. Cops arrived. Statements taken under the diner's neon sign flickering. Open 24/7. Assault charges for her. Self-defense for me. Lily's testimony sealed it. Witness to the unprovoked attack. That night, back home with ice packs and takeout Thai, Lily and I debriefed on the couch. The TV muted on a Blackhawks rerun. She offered you what? Lily's brow furrowed. A partnership. Against him. I probed the scratches, wincing. Said we'd be stronger together. Lily scoffed. Like Thelma and Louise? Jump off a cliff. Something like that. But the idea gnawed. Controversial.
Yes.
Was Tara the villain? Or just another pawn in Marcus's game? Had I misjudged? Blinded by jealousy? The twist came Sunday morning. A manila envelope on the porch, no stamp. Hand-delivered. Inside, DNA results. Ethan's paternity test. Father, unknown. But clipped to it, a note in Marcus's scrawl. Fry knew about the forgery. Paid the PI to watch you. Keep you safe. Tara's bluffing on Lily. Forgive me? Love.
M.
Safe? Or controlled? The lines blurred. Who was protecting whom? I burned it in the sink. Flame licking the lies. But doubt crept in like fog on the expressway. Monday. The DA called. Expungement granted. Based on Marcus's full confession. Clean slate. Lily aced her finals. Dreams of Northwestern intact. Tara skipped town. Charges pending. Her empire crumbling under subpoenas. Marcus's trial loomed. A spectacle in the county courthouse. Reporters swarming like flies on roadkill. I testified. Truth unvarnished. The crash. The cover. The abandonment. Lily, too. Her words breaking him on the stand. You left, Dad. But Mom stayed. That's love. He got 15. Eligible for parole in 7. As they led him away in orange, our eyes met. Regret? Relief?
Hard to say.
We visited once. Lily and I, through plexiglass and prison phones. I'm proud of you, he said, voice tinny. Both. Lily hung up first. Outside, under a rare blue sky, she linked arms with me. Happy ending? Depends, I said. The Glock traded for a .38 at home, smaller, but no less resolute. You, she grinned.
Fierce.
Damn right. But in quiet moments, staring at the lake from our porch, I wondered, did I avenge? Or just survive? Tara's out there,
Scheming anew.
secrets linger like exhaust fumes.
And revenge?
It's a circle, baby. No end, just the next turn. The money from Marcus's wire burned a hole in my checking account. A guilty 5 figures that felt more like blood money than restitution. I'd stare at the balance on my bank's app during slow shifts at the diner. The numbers mocking me with their promise of escape. Maybe a down payment on a little craftsman in Oak Park. Or tuition for Lily's community college classes come fall. But freedom's a tricky bitch. It comes with strings. And mine were tangled in Arizona sun and a woman's scorn. 2 weeks after the confession, with Marcus cooling his heels in county awaiting trial, Tara Voss made her move. Not with fists this time, but finesse, a certified letter arriving via FedEx. The kind that screams lawyer up.
Inside.
A cease and desist. Typed on crisp bond paper from a Phoenix firm, demand immediate retraction of defamatory statements regarding MS. Voss's personal life and business dealings. Failure to comply will result in civil action for slander, emotional distress, and punitive damages exceeding $500,000. I laughed, folding it into the junk drawer next to expired coupons and takeout menus. Slander? When your ex-mistress threatens your kid's future over a candy bar slip. But Lily found it later, rifling for batteries. Mom, this real? Real as her fake tits, I said, snatching it back. But doubt-seated, Tara had resources. Connections from Marcus's real estate days. The kind that greased palms in gated enclaves where ethics are as optional as pool heaters. That night, over microwave pizza and Netflix's latest true crime binge, ironic. Given our domestic drama, Lily probed. What if she sues? We can't afford the money. I finished, the weight of it settling. It's for you.
Kid. College.
Car. Whatever. Tara wants a war? She'll get one. But smart. Smart meant research. The late-night kind fueled by black coffee and spite. I fired up the laptop in the dim glow of the living room lamp, the one with the fringed shade from a flea market in Pilsen. Tara's digital footprint was a goldmine, LinkedIn touting her consulting firm in luxury flips. Instagram reels of brunches at Spago. Ethan grinning gap-toothed in Little League uniforms. But dig deeper, oh. The dirt. Forum posts from disgruntled contractors. Tara Voss stiffed us on the Paradise Valley Reno. Check the liens. Court records. A custody skirmish with Ethan's dad, some venture capitalist who'd bailed after the affair blew up. Then the kicker, an old article from the Arizona Republic. Yellowed in archives. Local realtor Marcus Harlan partners with Voss Properties for Southwest expansion. Dated 6 months before the crash. So she'd been in his orbit longer than I'd thought. A spider spinning webs before the fly even buzzed. Blackmail from day one, I muttered. Printing it all. The laser jet whirring like a conspirator. Lily peered over my shoulder. Hair in a messy bun. Wearing my old bear's hoodie. Use it, she said simply. Like he used you. Her words stuck. A mantra as I drafted my response, not to the lawyers, but to her directly. From that burner email. Cease and desist?
Cute.
How about you cease lying to your kid about his family vacation to Chicago last summer? Yeah. I saw the pics. Stalking your own blackmail mark? Classy. Drop the suit. Or I CC the Republic with our love triangle's greatest hits, crash included.
Send.
The whoosh was cathartic. A digital middle finger launched into the ether. Her reply pinged within hours. You think you're tough. Freya? Midwest grit? I've crushed bigger ants. Meet me halfway, Phoenix. Neutral ground. Bring the girl. Let's end this woman to woman. Phoenix. The word evoked mirages and monsoons. A far cry from our gray-skied Chicago winters. Tempting. Though, confront the serpent in her garden. Watch her coil. But Lily? No way was I dragging her into that snake pit. Yet she insisted the next morning. Over cereal that turned soggy in the humidity. I'm 18 next month.
Mom.
Part of this mess. I want to see her squirm. Pride swelled. Mixed with terror, the mama bear instinct clashing with the reality of a daughter blooming into her own storm.
Fine.
But rules, no solos. No heroics. And we fly coach. That money's not for luxury. The trip was booked midweek. Red-eye out of O'Hare. The airport a zoo of harried travelers and overpriced Cinnabons. Lily chattered nervously about her valedictorian speech. Nerves jangling like the TSA bins clattering on the belt.
Me?
I packed light. Jeans.
Tees.
The .38 in check luggage, permit and all. And a USB drive fat with docks. Phoenix hit like a blast furnace. The dry heat sucking moisture from your soul as we deplaned into Sky Harbor's AC bliss. Rental car, a nondescript Civic from Enterprise, whisked us to a days in off I-10, the kind with vibrating beds and complimentary bleach whiff. Tara's meet was set for noon at a coffee shop in Scottsdale Fashion Square. Neutral as promised, tourists milling, baristas slinging lattes like neutrality grenades. She was there early, ensconced at a corner table, legs crossed in white linen pants that screamed, "I summer in the Hamptons." Ethan wasn't with her. No kid as collateral this time. "Freya," she greeted. Standing to air-kissed cheeks I dodged. "And Lily." You've grown. Spitting image of your dad, minus the spineless streak. Lily bristled, claiming a chair. Save the charm. What's the play? Tara's laugh tinkled like wind chimes in a gale.
Direct.
I like it. Coffee. She signaled the barista, without waiting. 3 iced mochas materializing manipulative touch. Assuming our tastes. Cut the shit, I said. Sipping despite myself. The cold shock grounding. You threatened my daughter. Lied about records that don't exist. Why the invite? Ego trip? Her eyes. Blue as a poison pool. Hardened. Survival. Marcus's trial's national now, Dateline sniffing around. If he flips full on the crash. My name drags too. Blackmail?
Sure.
I nudged him out. But the accident? His mess. I just. Capitalized. Lily echoed, disdain dripping. On a dead man and a broken family. Tara leaned in, voice low. Life's a flip, girls. I flipped a bad hand into gold. You could too. Join my firm consulting remote. Use that nursing know-how for flips on medical pros homes. Lucrative. And protection from suits. From pasts. The offer again. Polish now. With perks. Controversial as hell. Team up with a homewrecker. Turn poison into profit. For Lily's sake, a nest egg beyond Marcus's pittance. But trust a viper?
Nah.
Pass, I said, sliding the USB across. But take this. Proof of your liens. The custody crap. Leverage if you need it against the ex. Call it a white flag. She pocketed it.
Sly. Generous.
But why? Because this war's exhausting. And maybe you're not all monster. The words tasted false. But strategy demanded olive branches, laced with thorns. Lily kicked me under the table. What the hell? But I pressed on. Marcus used us both. Let's bury him. Not each other. Tara's facade cracked. A flicker of something human. Regret? Calculation?
Deal.
But one condition, meet Ethan.
Tomorrow. Park.
Neutral. Ethan. The boy pawn. Innocent in the crossfire. How do you say no to a face that could have been Lily's brother? Lies notwithstanding, we agreed, parting with handshakes that felt like pacts with the devil. Back at the motel, Lily exploded. You're buying her act? After everything? Not buying, I soothed, unpacking the .38 for a quick clean, habit from prison days. Oiling away rust. Playing. Get close.
Get dirt.
Then twist the knife. She paced. Adolescent energy crackling. What if it's a trap? PI waiting. Or worse. Then we run. Or fight. I chambered around.
Click satisfying.
Harlan women don't fold. Sleep was fitful. AC humming a lullaby over desert winds rattling the windows. Dreams tangled. The crash and fog. Tara's laugh echoing. Marcus's plea from behind bars. Morning brought clarity and company. A knock at 8 a.m. Hotel security. Badge gleaming. MS. Harlan, front desk call. Woman matching her friend's description left this. A note. Park at 10.
Come alone.
Bring Lily. And it's off.
Shit.
Divide and conquer. I suited up jeans,
Blouse.
gun tucked, and sent Lily to the pool with strict text every 10 orders. The park was a green oasis amid cacti sprawl. Picnic tables under Palo Verde trees. Tara waited on a bench. Ethan beside her, lanky preteen. Freckles and braces. Kicking dirt. Aunt Freya, he asked, standing shy as I approached. The word gutted. Hey.
Kid.
Nice mitt. I nodded at his baseball glove. Buying time. Tara watched. Appraising. He's a pitcher. State champs last year. Small talk flowed awkward. School. Favorites, Dodgers for him. Cubs for me, irony. Then she dropped it. Ethan knows about your husband.
Sorta.
Thinks Marcus is a family friend who messed up. But the truth? It'll break him. Like it broke Lily? I countered. Voice steady. Ethan wandered to chase a butterfly. Ears plugged with AirPods. Tara struck. He's mine. Freya. Biologically, test proved it last year. After the ex denied. Marcus was a mark, but a good one. Paid well. The confession. Casual as brunch chat. I palm my phone. Recording discreet. So the blackmail? All smoke. Mostly. Nudged him to leave.
Sure.
But the pregnancy?
Real.
He panicked. Bolted. You got the fallout. Empathy warred with rage. Her a single mom clawing up. Me the discarded wife. No heroes here. Just survivors scrabbling in the dirt. Why tell me? I pressed. Leverage swap. You hold my secrets. I hold yours. Truce means truce. Ethan returned then. Grinning. Won a toss. He lobbed the ball my way. I caught it. Leather slapping palm like absolution. For 20 minutes. We played, me fumbling. Him coaching. Tara observing with a soft smile that humanized her. Lily texted. Pool boring. Where are you?
Park.
With them. Trust me. The game ended with promises of rematch. Driving back. Ethan waved from Tara's SUV. Innocence a shield. Lily waited. Towel draped. Well, complicated. I admitted. Spilling the tape. Her listened face shifted from fury to understanding? She's like you, Lily said finally.
Tough.
Scared. The words stung true. That night. Over room service tacos. We debated, expose Tara's custody lies. Or let sleep the beasts. Decision came dawn. Send the recording to Marcus's lawyer, ammo for trial. Painting Tara as co-conspirator. But anonymously tip her ex?
No.
Some lines we don't cross. Back in Chicago. The air crisp with fall teas. Life normalized-ish. Lily prep speeches. I quit the diner for a CNA gig at a clinic. Expungement opening doors.
Tara's suit vanished.
A white flag waved. But the twist lingered. A letter from prison. Marcus's script shaky. Saw the tape, lawyer shared.
Tara's kid.
Mine after all? Parole hearing soon. Wait for me? DNA lied? Or deeper deceit? I burned it too. But the doubt festered. Revenge's end? A question mark. Not period. Fall descended on Elmwood Heights like a velvet curtain, leaves turning crimson and gold along the boulevards lined with bungalows and for sale signs that whispered of economic unease. Lily's graduation was a whirlwind, gymnasium packed with proud parents, air thick with polyester gowns and flashbulbs. Her speech on resilience in the rust, earning whoops that drown the AC hum. I sat front row. Kleenex clutched, chest swelling as she quoted Maya Angelou amid cheers for the class of 25. Marcus's absence was a ghost at the feast. His collect call from lockup that morning, tell her I'm proud, ignored for the roar of real life. Post-ceremony, we escaped to Giordano's for deep dish. The cheese pull, a metaphor for stretching thin but holding together. Lily, tassel dangling from rear view, grilled me on college, Northwestern's waitlist. What if? You'll shine. I cut in, navigating the Kennedy Expressway snarl. Scholarship or no, we're good. That wire money's your launch pad. She nodded, but worry lines creased her brow. Too young for them. Too wise already. And you, after the trial? Trial. Marcus's date with Destiny loomed in November. Cook County's docket, a conveyor of shattered lives. I'd testify again. Details drilled by the ADA over coffee at a Loop Starbucks, the fog, the plea deal, the abandonment. Keep it factual, she advised. A no-nonsense Latina with a prosecutor's edge. Jury eats emotion, but facts convict.
Facts.
Mine were a house of cards. My perjury, the forged policy, skeleton keys to his cell, but rattling my own cage. Expungement was provisional, one slip, and it crumbled. Home brought normalcy's facade, laundry folding while Jeopardy blared, Lily cramming for finals retakes. But nights, sleepless vigils, the .38 under pillow, a cold companion. Dreams replayed the park toss with Ethan, his laugh mingling with crash sirens, Tara's blue eyes mirroring my green in accusation. Then the whispers started. Subtle at first, a hang-up call at midnight. Caller ID blocked, a sedan idling across the street. Tinted windows like judgmental voids. Paranoia? Or Tara's reach? Tendrils from the desert snaking north? Lily noticed too. During a backyard fire pit chat, Esmores melting under string lights. That car again. Think it's her? Or bill collectors, I joked, but handed her the pepper spray keychain. Eyes open.
Kid.
The break came mid-October. A chill wind stripping leaves like truths spared. I was at the clinic, changing bedpans for a post-op vet grumbling about VA wait times. When my phone vibrated, unknown. Phoenix area. Answered on instinct. Freya? It's Ethan. Kid's voice. Hesitant. Braces lisp faint over static. My heart stuttered.
Ethan?
How? Mom's phone.
She's
Asleep.
weird.
I found her email. The one about secrets. Is it true? About my dad, the crash guy?
God.
Tara's carelessness. Or setup. Kid. It's complicated. Adults messing up. You okay? Silence. Then sniffle. She fights with this guy a lot. Yells about money. Chicago. Said if I call, tell you to back off or bad stuff. Threats via child. Low even for her. Listen, Ethan. You're brave. Hang up. Delete the history. Call your aunt in Tempe if it gets scary, the one with the horses. Okay. He agreed. Click ending with a vulnerability that cracked my armor. Tara using her own blood as bait? Monster or desperate? I bolted early. Clinic excuse of family emergency, racing home through rush hour hell. Lily waited. Backpack packed. Road trip? To check on him. Impulsive. Yes. But maternal instinct doubled for two now.
Phoenix again.
Booked. The flight was smoother this round. Nerves jangling less with purpose. Motel upgraded to a Holiday Inn, splurge on the wire funds, and a rental SUV for desert mobility. Tara's address from public records, a sprawling ranch in Fountain Hills. Eagle View lot with a for sale sign mocking her empire's wobble. We staked it at dusk. Parked in shadows of saguaros. Binoculars from a Walmart run fogging with breath. Lights blazed inside. Silhouettes arguing, her pacing. Him looming. A bottle glinting. Who's the guy? Lily whispered. Munching gas station jerky. Her ex? Or new Mark? Jealousy flickered. Absurd, spying on the other woman like a Lifetime movie. Shouts escalated. Audible through cracked windows. Harlan bitch thinks she can. Glass shattered. Lily gasped. I gunned the engine. No time for stealth. Tires spun gravel as we barreled up the drive. Headlights flooding the facade. Tara flung open the door. Robe askew. Face flushed. You? Here? Get off my... Ethan called. I barked. Storming past. Lily at my heels. The living room was chaos. Overturned lamp. Shards glittering like accusations. The man, burly,
Fatude.
reeking of tequila, lunged. Who the fuck? I drew the .38. Steady as steel beams in a skyscraper. Back.
Off.
He froze. Hands up. Slurring curses.
Tara snatched his arm.
Rico.
Out. Now.
He stumbled into night. Truck roaring away. Ethan peeked from hallway, wide-eyed. Aunt Freya? Lily scooped him instinctively. A big sister hug. Hey.
Champ.
Go pack a bag, sleepover at our hotel. He obeyed. Trust absolute.
Tara whirled on me.
You poisoned him against me? Saved him from your mess. I snapped. Holstering but vigilant. That call? You're doing? No. Genuine hurt flashed. Rico's. Unstable. Business partner gone bad. I didn't. Use your kid as a pawn? Lily interjected. Ethan back with Spider-Man duffel. Classy. Tara deflated. Robe slipping to reveal bruises. Old ones. Yellowing. It's not easy. Alone. Sympathy surged. Unwanted. Bruises? I'd worn them too. Post-crash. From the wreck's whiplash and prison shivs. Then stop the games. Rico. The threats end it. She nodded. Tears smudging mascara. Truce. For real. Take Ethan tonight. I'll handle. We did. Bundling him into the SUV. His chatter a bomb. Baseball dreams. School bullies. At the hotel, room service burgers and cartoons lulled him. Lily braided his hair. Sibling bond instant. Midnight. Tara arrived, cleaned up, a coffee in hand. Thanks. Rico's gone. Restraining order tomorrow. We talked then. Raw as open wounds. Her Atlanta girlhood. Clawing from trailer parks, my Gary Mills. Daddy's strikes and Mama's mills. Common ground. Cracked concrete. But Marcus, she said finally. He played us both. The test faked it. To keep me hooked. Twist upon twist. Why tell? Closure.
And.
Alliance. Against him. Controversial pact. Ex-wife and ex-mistress. United in scorn. Lily mediated. Wise beyond. For the kids. Ethan's.
Mine.
No more war. Agreed. Dawn flights home. Ethan to her. Promises of visits. Chicago welcomed with rain-slick streets. Normalcy's embrace. Trial neared. Whispers quelled. But the alliance? A powder keg. Waiting spark. November's chill bit deep in the windy city. Winds whipping off the lake to scour the loop's canyons. Carrying echoes of Justice's tolling bell. Cook County Courthouse stood squat and unyielding. A brutalist beast of concrete and glass where dreams died under fluorescent glare. Marcus's trial opened on a Monday raw with frost. Media circus in full swing, cameras flashing like paparazzi at a Kardashian meltdown. Reporters from the Tribune and Sun-Times jostling for quotes on the Midwest meltdown murder cover-up. I arrived early. Lily at my side in a thrift store blazer that made her look 25, not 18. Security warned us thorough. The metal detector beeping at my resolve more than jewelry. Mom, she murmured as we claimed the gallery's hard pews. You okay? Fine. I lied. Stomach churning like the L on a bad track. Testifying wasn't new, parole hearings, custody scraps, but this? dismantling the man I'd loved, layer by lie. The courtroom hummed, ADA Rivera pacing with notes. Defense attorney, a slick Fox News type named Hargrove, whispering to Marcus, who looked shrunken in his ill-fit suit, cuffs hidden under table. Jury filed in. 12 strangers, teachers, plumbers, a nurse like I'd aimed to be, faces I'd memorized from voir dire, seeking empathy in eyes that had seen their own storms. Opening statements kicked off, Rivera painting Marcus as architect of deceit, the crash a deliberate dodge fueled by ambition, Hargrove countering accident, my instability post-prison the real villain. Lies. But lawyering's theater.
And he played it Broadway.
First witness. The widow of the man killed. Mrs. Elena Vasquez. Her accent thick with Jalisco roots. Voice cracking on the stand. My husband, Ramon Goodman, truck driver for Sears catalog. Fog that night. But no excuse. They left him, bleeding on shoulder. I bury him alone. Kids asking why. Jury leaned in.
Tissues passed.
Marcus stared at his shackles. Face ashen. I gripped Lily's hand. Nails biting. Her father's sin. My complicity. Then forensics. Skid marks. Blood spatter. Toxicology on Ramon clean. Marcus's BAC .09 from the bar tab I'd forged to alibi. Driver fled. The tech droned. Charts projected like autopsy slides. Passenger likely incapacitated. Hargrove cross, or switch seats post-impact.
Panic.
Speculation. But it's so doubt. Seeds of my confession as coerced. My turn came Wednesday. Called as hostile witness. Fancy for ex-wife with grudge.
Sworn in.
Bible heavy in palm. I faced the room. Rivera's nod encouraging. Hargrove's smirk predatory. Marcus's gaze pleading, help me.
Fry.
MS. Harlan. Rivera started gentle. Walk us through October 12th. 2010. The drive home from Milwaukee. Details poured. The merger celebration at the Pfister. His third whiskey sour. My designated caution. Fog rolling off the lake like smoke from a mill fire. He insisted driving. Said he was fine. On I-94. Near the split. Swerved for a deer.
Clipped the van.
Ramon Vasquez ejected. And after? Her voice soft. Guiding.
Panic.
Marcus out cold, airbag. I checked him first. Then. The van.
Ramon gone.
Sirens distant. I dragged Marcus to passenger. Drove to a gas station. Called 911. Confessed as driver. Gasps rippled.
Why?
He begged. Career online. Big deals pending. Lily. 7 months old. Protect us, he said. Hargrove rose. Circling like a shark. MS. Harlan. Your marriage strained? Infidelity rumors? Objection sustained. But damage done. Implication hanging. Scorned woman. Vengeful. And the policy? Forged his signature post-abandonment. I met his eyes. Survival. He left no provision. Lily needed braces. School supplies. Jury. Consider a felon. Twice over. Twisting truth for gain. Rivera rehabbed on redirect. MS. Harlan served time honorably. No priors. Took the fall for love.
Love.
The word echoed hollow. Lily testified next. Teen poise cracking only once. Dad left my birthday party early. Work. Next day.
Gone.
Mom worked doubles. Smiled through stares. Felon mom. She sacrificed, he ran. Cross. Angry. Lily? At her lies too.
No.
At him. For making her lie. Marcus took the stand Friday.
Spectacle peak.
Clean shaven. Tie straight. He spun contrition. Accident.
Fog.
Fatigue. Freya, strongest woman, covered from kindness. Tara. Weakness. I own it all. But cracks. The boy. Ethan mine? Tess said no. But doubts now. Hargrove leaned in. Blackmailed by MS. Voss.
Yes.
Pregnancy ploy. Left to protect family from scandal. Jury murmured. Sympathy shift? Or outrage at the web? Recess brought chaos. Reporters mobbing. Freya. Thoughts on his tears. Lily shielded me. Arm linked fierce. Back home weekends. Tension coiled. Tara called. Alliance holding. Following trial. Rico's jailed. Assault. Ethan's asking for Lily. Kids unite us, I said, warming to the weird kinship. Send pics. She did. Him at bat. Swing pure. Lily cooed. Plotting visits. Closing arguments Monday. Rivera hammered betrayals cost. Ramon's widow in gallery. Sobbing silent. Not accident. Cover up. Justice for the forgotten. Hargrove flipped. Tragedy?
Yes.
But prison? For a man reformed. Family pleading. Deliberation started noon. Us in holding pattern limbo. Lily and I walked the lakefront. Gulls wheeling. Waves lapping like unanswered prayers. What if they acquit? She fretted. Then we fight appeals. But gut says guilty. Verdict at 4 p.m. Manslaughter. 10 years, concurrent with perjury. No death penalty push. Mercy in the math. Marcus stood, hugging Hargrove. Eyes finding mine. Gratitude? Betrayal?
Outside.
Flashbulbs blinded. Rivera pumped my hand. Expungement final. You're free.
Free.
The word tasted like deep dish crust. Hearty and earned. But the real fire? Post-trial glow. Tara flew in unannounced. Ethan in tow. Surprise thank you for the testimony tip that nailed Rico. Airport pickup turned family outing. Navy Pier. Ferris wheel creaking under weight of awkward bonds. Up top. City sprawl below. Ethan blurted. Dad, Marcus? Coming home.
Truth time.
Lily fielded. Gentle. Sick.
Kid.
But visits. Maybe. Tara squeezed my knee. Oh, you. Partnership real? Controversy brewed. Exes in cahoots. Kids bridging. Trial run. I conceded. Flips in Chicago burbs. Your eye. My grit. Deal sketched over pier dogs. Mustard sharp. But whispers persisted. Hargrove's appeal filing. Hinting my bias tainted. Fire's embers, a late-night knock. Post-pier. Rico's brother? Or Hargrove's PI? Shadowy figure. Note pinned. Drop alliance. Or kids pay. Threat reignited. Point 3, 8 loaded. Alliance armed. Trial over, war evolved. Winter clamped down hard that December. Snow blanketing Elmwood Heights in a hush that muffled, but didn't silence the echoes of trial fallout. Christmas lights twinkled defiant along Michigan Avenue. Shoppers bundled against the bite. While I navigated a new normal, CNA shifts at the clinic stretching into eves. Lily home from Northwestern's winter interim. Her dorm tales a lifeline to youth-eyed fast-forwarded. The partnership with Tara? Germinating slow. Virtual meets over Zoom. Scouting foreclosures in Englewood. Her Scottsdale savvy meshing with my street-smart hag. This duplex? Goldmine, she'd say. Screen-shared blueprints glowing. Flip for $50K profit. Profits tempted. The wire money seed now sprouting. First deal closed New Year's. Check cashed for $20K split. Lily's tuition covered. My savings fattened. But absolution? Elusive as a Cubs pennant in enemy territory. Marcus wrote weekly. Prison stationery creased from handling. Fry, parole board February. Character refs? For Lily's sake. I binned most. But one stuck. Postmarked Valentine's. Ethan's mine. New test. Smuggled. Tara knew. Lied to bind me. Tell her? Love always.
Love.
The L word. Weaponized anew. I confronted Tara over encrypted call. Ethan doodling in background. The test real? Her paws stretched. Pixels freezing.
Yes.
Feared you'd use it. Custody war. Kids torn. Instead of truth. Lily interjected, crashing the feed from her room. Tara's face crumpled. Fear's a bitch.
But now?
Tell him. Ethan perked. Tell me what? Bomb dropped gentle. Your dad's. Marcus. But sick. In timeout. Kid processed. Nod solemn. Like baseball suspension? For bad slide. Laughter broke tension. Ice cracking. Kinda. But he loves you. Visits plotted. Supervised. Post-parole. Alliance deepened. Controversial core pulsing. Co-parenting across exes' graves. But echoes haunted. Rico's brother. Vince, a tattooed specter from Tara's past, surfaced mid-January, tailing my clinic shift in a rusted F-150. Spotted him once. Eyes cold in rear view. Note under wiper, Vossos. Pay or play. I told no one first, pride. Or paranoia. But Lily sniffed it during family dinner. Take out ribs, saucing fingers. That truck again. Spill. Mom. Vince. The debt, $10K from a botched flip. Rico's investment soured in jail. Tara shrugged it off. Handled. Send muscle.
No.
My town. My rules. I met him alone. Neutral ground, a shuttered, lot-off Halstead. Sodium lamps buzzing like angry bees. He leaned on the hood. Smoke curling from Marlboro. Harlan. Voss's lapdog now. Partner. I corrected. .38 bulge visible undercoat. Debt's hers. But message. Back off. Or cops get your brother's assault file. Enhanced with my testimony. Bluff. Half. Rivera's card-burned pocket. He chuckled. Gravel voice. Tough broad. But family? Easy target. The threat landed. Lily. Ethan. I escalated. PI hired from wire funds. Background deep dive. Vince. Priors for extortion. Ties to a Phoenix crew skimming construction. Report to feds anonymous. Ball rolling. Climax brewed slow. Then erupted February 14th. Valentine's irony thick. Parole hearing loomed. Marcus's fate teetering. I prepped ref letter. Neutral, reformed. Father worth second chance. Mailed. Conscience clearish. That eve. Lily hosted Alliance Night. Tara and Ethan flown in. Airbnb in Wicker Park. Dinner, pot roast. My grandma's recipe. Root veg hearty. Laughter flowed. Ethan and Lily bonding over TikTok dances. Tara and I clinking wines over flip projections. Then the crash, literal. Glass shattering kitchen window. Brick through with scrawled pay up. Chaos. Ethan screaming. Lily shielding. Tara dialing 911. I grabbed .38. Scanning dark, tires squealing. F-150 fleeing.
Cops swarmed.
Blues flashing like bad omens. Statements.
Photos.
The brick dusted for prints. Gang-related, one asked, eyeing Tara. Old business, she admitted.
Pale.
Vince. I finished. Got plates. Runna. Arrest followed dawn raid. Vince pinched at a dive off Cicero. Pryor's sealing fate. Feds looped in. Rico whispers tying his crew. Tara's debt dissolved in plea bargains. Our alliance armored. Marcus paroled March 1st. Conditions strict. Ankle monitor. Job hunt. No contact sans supervision. First meet at a park near Statesville. Chain link and benches a far cry from Door County cabins. Lily went alone first. Emerging teary but tall. He's changed.
Skinny.
Sorry. My turn next. Supervised by a bored counselor scrolling TikTok. Marcus across picnic table. Hands shackled loose. Eyes hollowed.
Fry.
You came. For Lily. And Ethan. I slid the test copy. Truth time. He scanned. Tears welling. Knew it. Felt it. Tara. Forgave her. Mostly.
Pause.
You. Every day.
Sigh.
Work at the yard, landscaping. Slow rebuild. Controversy peaked. Invite him to dinner? Lily voted yes. Tara. Wary. Assented for Ethan's sake. Neutral turf. Our house. Ground rules set. That night. April bloom scenting air. Table groaned under lasagna, layers like our lies. Awkward grace. Marcus complimenting sauce. Ethan shy, hi. Lily mediating jokes. Tara and I exchanged glances, truce taut. But holding. Talk turned deep post-meal. Kids gaming in Lily's room. Regrets? Marcus asked, wine glass trembling. All, Tara said. But growth. I nodded. Revenge? Thought it'd heal.
Didn't.
But this family, fractured but fixing. He reached, hesitant for my hand. I let him. Pull steady. Not love.
Not yet.
Absolution. Twist landed summer solstice. DNA retest. Court ordered for custody. Father, Marcus. But deeper, Ethan carried a gene marker.
Rare.
Matching Ramon's widow's late husband. Crash echo. The boy. Unwitting. Tied to the victim. Debate ignited. Fate's cruel joke. Or karmic loop. Tell? Hide? We chose truth. Gentle reveal to Ethan. Your roots run deep.
Kid.
To someone brave. Gone too soon. He hugged Marcus fierce, still dad. Ending? No tidy bow. Marcus rented a basement in Berwyn. Visits weekly. Tara and I flipped 3 houses. Profits pooling for kids' futures. Lily thrived at Northwestern. Majoring psych. Understanding messes, she quipped. Me? Freya Harlan. Scars faded. .38 retired to safe. Betrayed. Avenged. reborn in the gray of grace. Right or wrong? You decide. In America's heartland, where winds whisper no absolutes, just the next breath,